Ah, still can't save. That I need to fix. I think I also want to change the scale on that as well. I think I'll make that 50. Wait, that's not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to hear that. Okay. That I need to change. So, let me see, what's the first thing I need to notice? Okay, I'll do the aspect ratio just now. I'll do the respawn mechanic. So I'm gonna have it is when this spawn group, which is spawn group 32, is activated, it will also pause itself, and then at the end it should resume. I'm not gonna toggle because that could get. Is there a pause trigger and a resume trigger? I think there is. Right? Am I misremembering? I think he did add that. Reset, I know about that. Pick up. I swear there was. Yes, there wasn't. What about the stop trigger? Oh, yes, yes, yes. So we can use a stop trigger. So, 32, I'm going to do 36. So when this is activated, it will activate this activates instantly. So I'll also have this spawn trigger activate a pause loop. So I can do something like this. This stop trigger will group 36. We will pause. Group 36. This touch trigger, it's multi-triggered. It will also need to be in group 33 itself. And this spawn trigger, I need to resume. Group 36. So this needs to be 34 actually. I'm going to resume group 36. We need to show that this pause is what does that. So it means I have space and then it's not space. Okay. So I think the logic here makes sense. So let's test that out. If this works first try, does it respawn? So can I? No, it doesn't work. Because it's not pausing. Try that. I think the issue is this does all of this and the sound effect as well. So actually, I want this to work immediately. So this stop trigger should be triggered by spam group 32 and resume. Let's try that. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Stop 36, right? Should be able to stop 36 some. That means that we're going to have to toggle 36 then. Just completely toggle it off. It's gonna toggle off. Maybe I messed up something actually. No, it is spawn triggered. Never mind. Group 36. works, which is great for me. So I can't do anything until it respawns, then I can claim it again. That's good. That is really good. So I could check that off the list. So fix wisp respawn mechanic, that's good. So is anybody in stream chat or because this isn't displaying my stream correctly? Next thing would be to fix UI aspect ratio scaling. Let's try that then. Look at how organized this is. Doesn't this look good? Like it's not confusing. Well, if you don't know what the trigger is, it's confusing. But look at how organized this looks. This looks. I think this looks pretty good. Okay, so the issue. The issue has to do with the UI. The issue is if I to target the group is 10, specify the objects used for the UI, and UI target is a single object used as a reference frame. So this is what I'm going to have to change. This I'm going to have to change. And is there any on here? Okay, so this layer has its own. So this I'm going to need to take out of group 10. Yes, I'm going to take out of group 10 and add it to its own group 37. This I'm going to add to 37 as well. And they need centers. So I'm going to take another, make this also group 37, but very importantly this needs to be the center of the object. That looks good. So this is group 37. I'm going to make that the parent of the group. So when I do for group 37 and then I hit relative, and for this hopefully relative doesn't break the scaling as well. Hopefully my UI does not break and it should be able to scale on different devices. Now the only thing I forgot to do was make this object invisible, so let me do that. I just need to ensure that the insert effect also works. Extra, hide this. Let's see. Doesn't break. That activates. The effect is also scaled very nicely. No, I don't think I just have it wrong. This is in group 10, so this should scale as well to the UI. It's a good relative, right? Good. Okay, maybe this just needs to go down a bit more. Let's do 1, 2, 3. That looks okay. Actually, the title looks like it needs to be shifted, like that it needs to be shifted. So I'm going to do that. That looks good. Which is good. So now another thing I need to do is have this object toggled off. This one. And give it its own group again. Have group 38 toggled off by default. Make it toggle on group 32. So I need this to be in 32. Toggle on 38. Activate this group, must be spawned and multi-triggered. So let's check that now. So should be unable to do anything, which that is true. That I need to fix. So the problem is these should appear below the video. Let's check that again. It appears above, which is good. Something still looks incorrect. No glue. No glue. Group 1. Yep, everything is fine now. Will not activate no matter how hard you try, unless you collect this, by which it will now activate. Now what I need to do is fix this. Shouldn't be able to loop that. So actually, what should also happen now is I need to put this same toggle off effect on this trigger, void startup. So this event is group 80. Spawn trigger, multi-trigger. And this one I should take, toggle on, this one is group 30, 20, sorry. One is group 20. I will toggle on back my so let's test that as well. So cannot activate this. Will only activate if I have this void wisp. Cannot spam. I still can't spam it for some reason, which is that's not supposed to happen. Group 80, right? Ah. Spawn trigger, multi-trigger. Let's try that again. Cannot activate it multiple times to get infinite void unless I am out, which I still can't I can activate it. Oh no, that's not how that's supposed to work. Okay, wait. No, it's supposed to stay off. So cannot activate. Still cannot activate until I take another void wisp. Then it will activate again, which is good. That's how it's supposed to work. Awesome. So I fixed that. I fixed the UI. I fixed add conditional activation only when wisp is acquired. Now, what else do I need to do? I'm so scared of deleting this level. So copy level, backup. I'm gonna move this to I need to rename this. I'm just gonna move that here. Move this up to the top. Yep. And move this up to the top. Move this up to the top. Move this up. Yeah. So this is there. This one's troubled. So in case anything happens, I have a point to go back to. Just good. Just good. To add a way to die so we can test if anything breaks when you die. I want to add proximity for that actually. I need like a sound effect that triggers when you interact with this object or get within a certain proximity. Um, hmm, sound effect trigger. Let's search for static. Do you have any static kind of effect? No static? Ah, that's a shame. Hmm. Retro songs. Uh, let's see UI. Click to. Probably not that. What's this? Wisconsin. Nope. No. Nope. 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 None of these. Do I do? Maybe. Generic UI. This might be the closest I have so far, so I'm gonna keep that. Nope. No. Nope. None of those. None of those. Pickups. Some of these are good. Some of these sound effects are actually really good. Power up, power down, pickups, miscellaneous. Thunder. Interesting. Damage and health. Interesting actually. Low damage, metallic damage, small hit, not a stuff here. What about actions? There's a lot actually here. Look at this. Let's see what. Okay. Nope. These are too much. These are jumps. Bash. Okay. Bounce. None of these work. These are good too, but none of those. Impacts and weapons. Oh, it's a teleport kind of sound effect. I see it. Actually, this might be useful. Actually, let me see if a beam. No, depends. I could use that for something. Interesting. Classic explosion. A lot of stuff here as well. See, these sound effects, man, like it's so specific, and sometimes you don't know what you want to search for. Interface. We got stuff like what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for kind of like a TV static kind of thing. And I look finding what I want rather. Voice, weapons, vehicle transport. I don't think any of these will work for me, so I'm just gonna have to work with this. Up the volume, reverb a little bit. Too much reverb? Let me think. maybe up the pitch by like 5. No, I don't want to reform. Here's the thing. I want this to activate when you reach in proximity of this, but it must be like a. I don't know how to do this. Because sound effects work by proximity as well, right? No, this is start and end, so none of that actually. I think I need to edit some sound effects trigger for that. Unique ID SFX group player one. I could have it activate. Have it activate once because I didn't set it to loop. Let's try. Let's try something. So this is group 39. I will have this be spawn triggered and multi triggered. This is group. Um, uh, because really, actually, I don't care about this actually. I just want it to happen when you collide with this. So, is there a way that I could set the toggle block? It's a type of collision block, group 13. When you collide with group 13, group 13, group 13, group 13, group 13. Mm-hmm. Is there a collision? This is touch. This is for clicks, so not that. Follow, no, that won't work. Collision, I have collision here. So I can set it when player collides with group 39. Activate group. Group. What group is this? Activate group 39. So no, actually, when player collides with what? When player collides with group 39? When player collides with group 38, activate group 39. Group 38, activate group, well, block 38. Group 39. 39. This is. I'm just gonna have this always active for now and see how it works. If that doesn't work, then I need to change the logic to do something specific. This is not gonna work though. That doesn't work. So I need to do something else. I know what I need to do. So I need a collision block, which is this one. This is a collision block. Need that. I need this collision block to also be in the same group as that. Ideally, group 29 methods. So ideally, I want this to be on here and make this group 29. That's the first thing. Second, I need to have this scale accordingly. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. Scale upon the X. Okay. Next, I need to have this be block ID 1. This should give me the next free one. This needs to be a dynamic block. When player collides with block ID 1, activate group 39. Let's see if that makes sense. It works. What I should do though is actually make this collision block a lot larger than I think I want it to be. So take this and warp it, I suppose, to be about this big. Another thing I want to do is fix this. I don't like how the sound effect is working. So where is the sound effects trigger for void this pickup? It has to be this one. Specifically this one. So this one far away through the whole tunnel. We don't want that. Want it within 2 blocks and within 4 blocks. That should be good enough. That's good. That's fine. I like that. So I have the sound effects for that. That's okay. Let me think. What else do I need to do? And we also need. I should probably put this on the proximity detector and the sound effect that governs that as well. I also probably show that this activates this. Okay. Well, I also need something to show that I have the void wisp active, but only if I am within this area. Specifically, it needs to be on the sign. Do I need two collision triggers for this? Maybe I don't need it to be this way. The smart game design have this entire thing just done by it. That's okay. So what I should do now, okay, first thing is I need another object. So many objects. I need an indicator to show that Wisp is active. So let me do that. Okay, so I'm gonna take something like that, something like this, size it down, size the entire thing down to this size. That's good size. I need this to be black. Let's put this on this because I want these colors to be governed on the one thing. The brightness make that, and this is black. That doesn't change. This I need to be violet. Same thing. Let's make this 271 and saturation full. Brightness, let's do 0.98 and that should look good. That's fine, I reckon. Does that look good? Does that look okay? Or should I swap? Should I swap? Or further, should I size this up just a smidge and then copy that entire thing what I just did there? Saturation up, hue 271, brightness 0.9. And how does that look? Is that too much for an indicator? No, what? No, unironically, this works very nicely. But what would be slightly better is if I just had a bit of glue, just a bit of glue behind the entire thing, just like before, like dark glue. How does that make that look? Let's just make this fade black. How does that look? So you know what? I like how that looks. That looks good as an indicator. Well, I'm gonna use actual glue. So I'm gonna take, where's glue? Where does glue go? Dude, I don't know where glue is in this editor. Is glue still here? Glue is here. That's so weird. Okay, that's fine. And black, this is black. This, no, 7 is black. That's fine. That's fine, right? That's fine. It has a slight 3D aspect to it. That's good. That's fine. This is okay. So I'm gonna take this, move it here. I'm going to give it a group. Uh, group 40. Okay, cool. I'm gonna call this indicator G40 for group 40 naturally. And that is not going to work out with the spacing. So I'm actually gonna put that here. Still doesn't work out with the spacing, but you know what? It's fine. So good. This is the indicator. This needs to be above the player. This needs to activate or rather fade in only and only if the player is within this collision block and only if they have this active. So a lot of conditions have to be met here. First thing I need to do is make this lock to player. I also need to make this appear above pretty much everything else. So that is the first thing I should work on actually. Put this on T5. T4, I guess. T4, Z artists do matter. Okay, so I need the glow to be on ZR the 8. And that should work. That doesn't work flawlessly. Why that doesn't work flawlessly? Because this is, so I need this to be on a separate Z layer altogether. It's a bit flawed. I don't like that. And now it's fine. Link the entire thing together just to keep it one. Maybe I should make this group parent just in case anything needs to be animated. So make this parent of group 40. That's fine. And then link everything once more. That's good. This indicator, the player of the player. So many things to do, dude. So much thinking involved here. So many things. This needs to be locked to the player. So I need one for a lock to player. I don't need it to be toggled. In fact, I need it to be faded. That's what I need. So let's take this. I'm running out of space here. This is a lock indicator. It's good to label stuff. Why is it good to label stuff? So you are organized and you are not lost when you're trying to figure out what does what in your level. Especially if it's a platform level, as you can see. It's a lot of stuff here to keep track of. And if this was just a mess of triggers, well, you know, I won't know what anything does. But with this, I can get a rough idea of what works with what and how they interact with each other. It's good. So this is the indicator. I need to change these to move group 40, right? Yep, group 40. I need to change them individually. Isn't that fun? Um, group 40. This advanced follow, group 40. I also need another move trigger to move this uh, to move group 40 10 one grid space above the player. This is also spawn and spawn triggered, right? Lock indicator. No, this is not spawn triggered. This is on from the get go. So let's see how this looks. It didn't work. Something didn't work. I think it's this. This didn't work. Move 10. Group 40, right? Move 10. Lock up. Move. Okay, so this needs to be activated after. Am I missing something? No, I just want to move an object. Why doesn't that work? What happens if I do something like that? No, that's not how that works. This is gonna make stuff a bit trickier. Because now, because I have the object infinitely locked to player one to follow it. Can I modify? No, I don't want that. That does something different. This just got more difficult. What I need is for this to be above the player, but it's not going above the player. Why? Why doesn't it go above the player? Let me test something. If I have a move trigger, the move group 40, 10 blocks, and just make that entire thing. Just make that entire thing touch triggered, and let's put it after you spawn. What would happen? It will not do anything, and I reckon that's because of the advanced follow trigger, which forces the icon to stay. Yep, doesn't move at all. What would happen if I were to assign it a separate group, let's say group 41, and decide that I want to move group 41? Let's do 20 blocks just to see what happens. Nope, still doesn't do it. I think it has to be the advanced trigger that's causing my issue. For an infinite amount of time, no easing, no easing, group 40. One more. For move it up like 10 blocks, instantly group 40. It works. Thank you. Maybe I want it slightly higher than 40. Not 40. Let's do 15. Let's do 50. Too high. 12. That's good. Then now I need to make it fade when you're in front of that. Okay, so I need group 40 to fade off instantly. Instantly fade off. Collision. What I need collision to do is when player collides with turret 9, this will fade in point 3. Have that spawn triggered. Have this. No. target activate 39. So actually no, this needs to be 39. This needs to be 39 and this needs to target group 40. So let's see how that looks. It's off by default when it it takes too long to fade. So isn't that? The problem is I don't like this implementation. I can edit area fade. How does that work? Use group ID or effect ID to link to correct one. I'm not sure what this means. This might be what I need, but I'm not sure what it means. And why are my eyes burning? Damn. I think I got something in my eye and now they are burning. Like very, very badly. It's not good for me, not in the slightest. Um so this is area. Why is this area animate? Not animate. This is edit area scale. This is saying edit. This is area animate trigger. What is it? That these are listed incorrectly. Okay. So edit area fade. Can I link it to a group ID, as in like a specific group ID that I want to like fade? Use group ID or effect ID to link to the correct one. So this can edit. Yeah, I know that, but that's not what I want. I think I know what I'm gonna have to do. Gonna need an area fade trigger that is touch triggered. This is a very go about roundabout way to do it, but it's the only way that's gonna work. So actually, here's what I'm gonna need to do. I'm gonna need to copy this. I'm going to move you to your own layer. How's that sound? Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay. Now I'm going to need to have to scale this area trigger and make it touch triggered. In fact, I'm going to need to move you to an even further, even layer for not layer further now. Touch triggered. I want this to be multi-triggered. Yes, I want this to be multi-triggered. Let's do this. That's not going to work for me, is it? Oh, I could do that though. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah, why not? Area scale, I want you to affect group 40. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Group 40, group 40, group 40. Now let's hope this works correctly. It does not work correctly. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Oh, right. No, 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 no. It needs to be the other way around. Like so. Yes, yes, yes. Please have this work how I want it to work. It doesn't work because I think I did something wrong. What does this do? This will fade. Um, this is an area transform trigger? Something is not right here. I'm targeting group 40 as I want to fade that in. Why does this say area transform trigger? Oh shoot, this is area scaling, area fade. Oopsies, I'm silly. Okay, clear one. Here you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, because I kind of let's does not work. Okay, 40. Uh, other way around. What's not right here? That's something. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. What is? Oh no, because the object is on the play itself. So how it's supposed to work is when the player. Oh, I think it might be flawed from. Oh. No, because the object is always within the range of the player. So actually, I want like the largest range possible. But when that activates the trigger, the target group should be group 40 and touch triggered, multi triggered. It's zero, so we want it to fade from zero to full opacity, and we want it to do that. Question mark. I don't know if that works. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if that works. I'm just kind of winging it. Yeah, here it's supposed to fade, but it's not doing that. And I think it's because of this thing, isn't it? It's because of this specific trigger right here, isn't it? Yeah. And if I do something like, and then it fades off and then it never fades on again. Wait, what? Oh, right, because after I activate it, that area trigger is always going to. Um, I think this idea is flawed. This idea is flawed to begin with. This is not gonna work. It's flawed to begin with. It's just a shame. That is a shame, shame, shame. I don't know how I'm gonna execute this idea. Wait, what am I saying? Of course I know how I'm going to execute this idea. No, because no, I don't know how I'm going to execute this idea because with how feed triggers work. Wait, no, I can't save this. Instant collide. Or rather, instant collision. I think this is how we make it work. If block A being the player, collides with block B being block 1, then if that is true, this will happen. If it's false, then this will happen. So what do I want for true to be? I want it to fade a certain group. True ID. True ID is activated if they collide. False ID is activated if they do not collide. So I need a true ID. And the true ID will be this alpha trigger, which will feed on group 40. Make this one triggered and multi-triggered for the one. If they do not collide for the two. Something is still not working. Doesn't fade. This is the correct block, right? Block 1, yeah. I am lost, I have no idea what I am doing. No, it does not act like a spawn trigger and rather does it act like a toggle trigger. Oh man. Hi, what's up, Demon Whitey? I'm just trying to figure out something. I'm going okay. My day is going okay. Surprise. Alternatively, what I could do is just make an area feed. Made a challenge. Did you upload it? Let's see. Some tired. I mean, it is kind of late for me. Kind of being it's 10 o'clock. Um, so wait, let me check something. So this is zero. I couldn't believe this one. So this is above the player. I need this to show up and close. It's 9 p.m. for you, so you are 1 hour behind me. Okay, good to know. So how do other people do this idea? Well, I guess realistically they never had to do it. Let me check something. Stellar infection. I think he did something like this. I think he had his own indicator, which was conditional, but his was always act. No, it wasn't always active, cause it showed up when you got next to something. So wait, I could use this probably. Yeah, it only shows up when close, right? Yeah, it only shows up when close. How did he do that? That's what I want to know. How do you make how do you make gimmick? It's complicated to make them in GD. You're right, it is complicated. In fact, I'm still kind of figuring it out myself. Yeah, that's correct. What group is this on? This is that's not what I'm trying to that's not what I'm trying to click on. I'm trying to I had it. So this is in group 753. How am I gonna find any of that? Okay, 753. I'm not finding that. I mean, his stuff is organized, but I don't know where I would even look to see group 753. New iframes hit region. So it doesn't have iframes. Did he update it? I need to check. 700. This is settings, okay. How I really okay. So these are all the laser stuff. How did he get that thing to work? This is instant count. I assume this deals with the health. That's animation. 753, 753. I don't know where to start. Oh, 753. I was right there. I'm silly. So it's only linked to move trigger, which is it something to do with? Well, that's just ensuring that this. But what I'm trying to do is how does it fade? Fades in when you're close. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How did he do that? It has to be something with collision. And I just don't know how to figure it out. Figure out what he did yet. Click hold, click release. I want to know how to use the pulse trigger. Why are you trying to pulse the background? What exactly are you trying to pulse? This is a thinker. Void Wisp. Now you're making a 9 circus part in your level. Yeah, I got that. Just want to know what you're trying to pulse. Because it depends on what you're trying to pulse. I'll make the color right. Okay, let me try something. Take this object, assign it to group. This is going to be group 1. Pulse trigger. Depends. This is color. You either choose a channel. This is channel. Channels control these. These are what channels are. These are color channels. So you can either pulse a specific color channel. For example, let me take this object. Let me see what object has a color that would be right. Let me use this. Let me use this heart, this sideways heart. So this sideways heart, this is on channel number 1. So I can either pulse a channel, make it red. Let me fade in, do that. Let me do like 7. So this is the fade in, the fade out. So I have it set on channel right now, so it's gonna pulse this color channel 1, and make it red. So it's gonna do that. So you can either pulse a color channel, or you could pulse an entire group. So this is group 1. I can set it to pulse anything that's on group 1, and I can choose if I want to pulse the main color, the detail color, or uncheck, so I can pulse both. In this case, this object only has a main color, so I should probably choose something that has both a main and a detail. For example, this is probably the object you're using for your 9 circles level. So that doesn't pulse because it needs to be in group 1. There you go. Or I could choose to pulse the main color only. Or I can choose to pulse the detail color only, which is the one you'll probably use for a 9 circles level. Say you did that and it didn't work. Now that's weird. Well, that depends. Make sure it's not touch triggered or spawn triggered, right? Spawn triggered only activates if you use a spawn trigger to activate it, and touch trigger only works if you touch the actual hitbox of the trigger itself. So this won't do anything unless my player collides with it. Then it will pulse. And then spawn triggered. This won't do anything unless I use another trigger. Most of the times it will probably be a spawn trigger. And set this to activate group 2. That's weird. And then this activates this, and then that. No spawn, no touch. I have no idea what's happening there. That is weird. This gimmick has taken me quite a bit to figure out how to make. As you can see, this is what my editor looks like right now. I have stuff for user interface. I have stuff for user interface. I have entire animations here. Startup sequences, end sequences. My editor has a lot of stuff right now. Collect. I got keyframes in here just to make something. Just to make something activate. Only if I take this and then activate it here. And then, well, it's time sensitive, so it only lasts for 10 seconds, and after those 10 seconds have elapsed, it will insta transform me back. That's most of what I've got so far. Again, it won't activate unless I pick this up. When versus mode comes out, they should make PvP and stuff like that. Well, versus mode, it's gonna be level race. I don't know how Raptop is gonna plan to do that, but I would definitely like to versus mode some viewers. It would be fun. Okay, collision trigger. Let me make it so if I collide with this block, it will fade that in and I need to think this through correctly. So I could do this part. Hold on, wait. Force alpha trigger. Group 40 needs to be faded off all the time. When I collide with this was spawn group 39, so this needs to be 39. I can add that. Need this to be spawn triggered and multi-triggered, group 40, and I need you to feed it on in, let's do 0.15 seconds. Let's see how that looks. You just got an idea? What's the idea? Have this be active. This is off. When I collide with this, it should fade. It fades. Now what I need to happen is when I don't collide, it needs to be off. Make a PvP against spikes like it's a wave surviving thing. You could do that. Could probably make something like that in platformer mode, but the trigger logic behind it might be a bit tough. And when you hit them, they disappear. I feel that's very possible. That's very possible, but it's the question of how you would go about doing it. So I have when I hit. So let me think this through. I hit the collision trigger it fades in, but when I come off of collision trigger, it doesn't fade. How do I make that happen? That is what I don't know. I was trying to get this instant thing to work, but it's not working. Why wasn't this working? This is definitely the trigger I need to make this work, right? Instant collision. This is the one I need for this to work. If I collide with block 1, speaking of block, it collides with block 1, it would activate. And if I didn't collide with block 1, it would activate another, and then true ID activated if they collide, false ID is activated if they do not collide. So I wanted this to be in its own thing, so this would be 4 to 1, and instant collision would make it so that 4 to 1 would activate. This should be in group 4 to 1 to work. It's one and multi-triggered. When I collide, it should fade in, right? But it doesn't do that. Why doesn't it do that? Is it because it's already faded off? Oh, maybe that's the reason actually. Wait. You're gonna be building the idea tomorrow? Good luck. I hope you figure out how the triggers work. I think I know the reason why it doesn't work. So okay, so good. Alpha of this should be 4 to 2, and then this should be 4 to 2, and then please work. If this works, this would be so huge for me. No, it doesn't work. This is not colliding. Why is this? Why is it like this? Is it inversed? Do I have it inversed? No, I don't have it inversed. Hello, Hydrico. Why doesn't this work? And it only works once? Let me think. 4 to 1 is... Oh, wait, I'm silly. This should fade off. Right? That 4 to 2 should fade off. Yes, 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 yes. Maybe, wait. And then I... But I'm colliding with it. No, dude, I had it. Did I not have it? Come on, dude, this is a disaster. This is 4 to 1. 4 to 1 fades on if they collide. It is true if they collide. This is the true ID. This should work. So why is it not working? I do not understand the instant collision trigger. This is giving me a headache, man. Do I need to make it a separate block? Let's do an experiment, shall we? I'm gonna have another collision trigger. Player 1, player 2, no, player 1. Player 1 collides with block 1. It will target group 41. And what will it do? It will activate this alpha trigger, which will be in group 41. And it will feed group 40 on. It will feed group 40 on in 0.15 seconds. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I need group 40 to be faded off to begin with. Only other thing would need, yeah, animation keyframe system. Yeah, I still don't quite understand that. It took me a bit just to make this simple animation to get my void wisp to collect properly. But I got it to work, and it doesn't break, and it's insta collects once I. The logic for this was stupid to figure out, but okay. So if I collide with this, it should fade in. Why doesn't this work? Did I not do spawn trigger? I probably forgot to make it spawn trigger, didn't I? Yes, I did. Spawn trigger, multi trigger. Oopsies. My bad. Let's try it again. Collides. It did not fade in. I am so bad at this game. Do I watch slash read solo leveling? I haven't read solo leveling, but I'm at episode 3. I think episode 4 came out today. I haven't watched episode 4 yet. For the 1 collides with block 1. Oh, activate group. Dude, I'm forgetting simple stuff. Work. It works. Now I need it to do the opposite when I leave. What does trigger on exit mean? Trigger on exit makes it activate after collision between the block ends and not when it starts. Wait. Collision 42. Fade 42 if this works. I broke something. No, I was so on to it. Wait, this phase it to 0, but this the you're gonna start building your PvP level. Alright, I will see you then. Okay. So this is collision 42, and collision 42 targets group 42. I need to trigger an exit. Right? And this is this. Let please work. If this works, it won't work, but if it works. Wait. Yes. Actually, yes. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Just make this slightly bigger. Just so I have more stuff to collect. It's like and more that. Yes, this is so good for me. And then the indication shows up, and when I leave, dude, this is so good for me. I fixed it. That took me so long, but it works. That indicator might be a bit hard to see though. Hindsight is 2020. That indicator is very hard to see above the okay, I'm gonna have to make it white. But I got the indicator to work, dude. Let's go. Okay, that's black. This one needs to be white. We'll just delete that. And this needs to be, wait, let me see how that looks without. I like that. I like that. Do you like that? I like that. Now the only thing I need to do is make it only work when you, I need to make it only show that indicator icon when you've collected the void wisp and not always. So I think I need to use some toggle triggers, some very clever use of toggle triggers. Yeah, I don't want this to show because it will make you think that you can do something when you can't until you collect this. Then it should show that. That's what I need to do next. Let me read. Actually, wait. I'm still thinking. The pulse trigger, dude. I don't know what to say. Maybe it could be like you have to restart your game and then uh or maybe something wasn't added to a group. Something I don't know, something. You need to check. Something feels missing. So okay, so I figured out that this is the proximity detector. This act okay. I need to keep these labeled. Look at how neat this looks by the way. This okay, that does that. I'm organized. You see how organized I am. Okay, so let's think about this logically. So this needs to only happen when this is a thing. So this is 32. So only when 32 is activated must this be activated. So I need both of these to be in their own group 43. In group 43, and I need 32 to activate group 43. No, 32 to activate group 43. Spawn trigger, multi trigger, group 43. I mean, just take a check of, just check a few tutorials. That's how I figured out how to use these triggers. Believe me, I had no idea what I was doing with half of these triggers until I started building this and stuff started to come together. So I have it so no, because it will still be. Wait, let me check something. No, because these need to be off by default. Okay. Okay, now it's coming together. So these group 43 needs to be off by default. Okay, it's off by default. Good. So let's see. So if I don't collect this, indicator does not appear. But if I collect this, indicator does not appear. Something is wrong. Something is not working as it should. It should be 32. 32 should. Yes. Yes, yes. Activate 43. So what is going on? 32. When I activate 32, 32 is supposed to toggle on group 43. Right? Right? Yeah. 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 Something's missing. Off by default, yep. But when this is activated, that should be should toggle it on again. So why is that not working? This is 36. Forget about that. This is set to spawn 32. Okay. This is 32. This activates, which should bring it back on. 43. So do I need to reset these triggers? Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, because these should be active all the time. How do I make the star spawn thing? Oh, that's easy. Go into level. Obviously this needs to be platform mode. Let me just take, it could be any object. I just decided to choose a star. Let's take this, and we're going to give it a group. So let's say group 1 is our free group. I will spawn at this object. It's called spawn group. You go into this options menu here, and you click here, spawn group. So as you can see, lets you set a target position for player spawn. If the group contains multiple objects and a random target will be selected, which is actually pretty cool. But spawn group is group 1, which is the same group I have assigned for this. So when I start the level, I'm going to spawn there. It's quite simple to do. Like he said, if there are multiple objects contain the same spawn group, it's going to choose a random spot. So I could do one here, and I could do one here just to show. Spawn here, reset, spawn there, reset, spawn there, reset, spawn there, reset, spawn there. It's random. So it's random, right? So that's how you do the spawn group. Still, I have no idea why this doesn't work. I need it to be a conditional something. Maybe toggle is overkill. Maybe that's what I'm not supposed to be doing. Maybe toggle might be overkill. What I should do is have these triggers paused to begin with. I think toggle is overkill. So how about these are group 43. I pause, so I have a stop trigger. Pause group 43. And then this wisp pickup will resume group 43. So resume group 43. It's spawn triggered, it's multi-triggered, and it must be in group 32. Does that work? Okay, wait. No, it doesn't work. Damn it. No. These are supposed to be paused. Why are these not paused? It's supposed to be paused. Stops triggers from being permanently active. Target group must be a group on triggers you want to stop. If you only want to stop certain triggers within a group, use control ID. Hint, unlike group ID, control ID can be mapped. Pause resume works on pulse. This is color, so it doesn't work on collision. Oops. That's so sad for me. What about stop? Does stop work on collision? It just stops them. They don't work. I think I know why it won't work. Because this is supposed to be after this, because it reads from left to right. So this needs to be here. So when these activate, it will stop. And then if I do wisp again, it should resume. Let's hope that makes sense. Alright, I will see you when I see you on the next stream. I might stream tomorrow. Okay. Does it resume? It does not resume. That is very annoying. So how do I stop these collision triggers from ah follow? It works on spawn. So maybe I could do some trickery here. So this stops this, but maybe no, I have these. I'll have these spawn triggered. Wait. For the tree. It doesn't work either. What is happening? I don't. No, I think it's because I didn't make them spawn triggered. Yep, that's the reason. So here's what I need to do now. I need to stop group 43 when the void wisp starts. So I think this is how I get it to work actually. So this should be group 18. I think I have it figured out now. See, triggers are very trial and error for it to treat. Spawn trigger, I can multi-trigger it as well. I think this is the final piece of the puzzle. So wait, let's check. So if I don't collect this, no indicator shows up, which is correct because I can't use this. When I collect this, an indicator should show up because now I can use this. Now, once I activate this, the indicator is supposed to disappear because of how the stop trigger works. The answer is it did not work. And why didn't it work? I know why it didn't work, because I decided to stop both triggers. When really and truly, the trigger I should actually stop should be this one. So I need that to actually stop group 4. We're good. So it doesn't activate again, which is good. That's good because that shouldn't activate. Now let me test something. Doesn't work. No, everything should reset when I activate this again. It works! It actually works! This is so good for me. This is so good for me. I think I got it. And then it resets once more. Yes, dude, we got it. We got it. Ah, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. Okay, good. So I could check that off the list. What else do I need to make? So I finished the UI aspect ratio scaling. I fixed the conditional activation when Wisp is acquired. I fixed the respawn mechanic for the Wisp. The next thing I need to do is add void particles. Okay, that's the thing I'm gonna do. And they're actually going to need to be two tiers. First I need to make first I need to make a void particle. Okay, let's bust open the particle editor that I have no idea how to use correctly yet. Let's see what we got. Where is the particle editor? I think it's here. So this edit special, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. So visual. So doing like a nice purple and the end black. I need to change the color of this. I cannot see anything. Okay, let's do a bit darker. I said I wanted them to, and size needs to be like, it's not doing what I expected to do. It's not. No, because, oh, right. Because the color is additive. There we go. Visuals. So I need this to work with radius. I need to give it the start radius of that end radius. No, I don't want. I want it to go all the way to the center. Rotate. Rotate some more. That's good. Give it more. I should actually probably invert colors. So I should actually make this black and make this the violet color. That looks good. Now start spin. Let's add a spin to it. End spin. Let's add another thing. Yeah. Add some randomness to it. Gotta give it like the, if I want it to be the opposite actually. 0. That looks correct. Uh, Start size and end size. Actually, I think I want like 5. No, I want like 3. 3 is good. Like the overall. How does this look? How big is that? Works. That works. That works. What else? Yep, it's starting to look real good now. Look real good now. Oh, I changed the color again for some reason. Let's do that. So that, I think I could do a bit more motion. I could do a bit more with motion. Let's do. What does emission do? If I do emission like up to 200, what does emission do? That doesn't seem to. What is emission? I forgot exact what is emission, but I think I want to keep my emission on 30. 30 look. Oh, it's how many particles per second, I think. 30 is fine. Max particles, I'll allow that. Oh, right. Emission is to. Uh, let's do 60. It's set for infinity. Lifetime. Max particles, let's do 50. And emission 50. That looks good. I think that looks good. Right? Does that look good? I think that looks good here, right? So this is actually phase 1. There are actually 2 phases. So this is small. I'm gonna do one for large. So I'm gonna edit once more. What color is this set to? Object color white. set those to that because I don't want that to change. I'll do the same for here because I don't want those to change. White will always stay white. Now, I want this one to start at 100. That looks amazing. So this is the second phase. So this is phase one, and then this is the second phase of white. So these are the two phases that we'll have. Maybe I want to change the color just a smidge visual. Maybe the all black is a bit much. I think like a deep purple would be much better than the all black, right? Yeah, I think that's a bit better. So I'll do the same for here. Just like, it's like a very, in fact, I'll make this lighter. So when the transition occurs, it feels more like a more, I don't know how to describe the effect, but so particles now. Particles is where it gets interesting. Like I could get a visual. What visual do I want to use for my void with particles? I mean, let's see what these look like. No, I don't like that. To be honest, that's the perfect particle, or maybe this. Nope, don't like how that looks because it's directional. But this, no stars. What about this? To be honest, this is fine. Maybe even this. I like the hexagons actually. What about the circles? No, hexagons. Hexagons are the best hexagons. Let's try hexagons. In fact, I'll just have these be two different things. No, the hexagons actually look very nice. I'll do hexagons. This, I might need to up the emission. Visual, motion, not motion. Yes, max particles. Let's do 70, right? And let's do like 70. Gotta feel like a lot of particles. Yeah. Yeah, that's void, right? That's void. There's also speed of particles that I could try. Rotate. No, I want a full 360. I want the entire thing to do 360. What does this do? That does something. How does that change it? I really like I don't know what it does, but it does something. It does something, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this to be 180, which is half of 360, and it just feels like the correct thing to do. That looks so right. That looks so right that I'm going to do it for both. I don't know what it does, but it does something that looks correct. So I'm going to do it for both. Now, I need both of these particles to be locked onto the player, and I need them to be specifically activated at certain times. So I'm going to set this to be group 45 and this to be group 46. And I'm going to label them. Technically, in the game, Void has 3 phases. There's an intermediate, but I think I could get away with just 2. So let me just ensure that these groups are correct. They are correct. Okay, one thing I also want to change is the gravity. I'll make it so the gravity becomes better when you hit phase 2. So for now, where's the gravity trigger? I'm gonna make the gravity to be 180 times. So the gravity is gonna feel a bit heavier. And the time warp is going to be just a bit slower. to 70. Yeah, it feels sluggish. It feels a bit sluggish, but it's going to speed up when you get to second phase. I managed to do so much, which is good. Uh, so here's the next thing I need to do. I need a lock. I need these to be locked to the player. And I also need them to animate on trigger. So where is edit special? Wrong kind of edit special. Edit object. Um, I think I can find that where extra. Here, animate. What does dynamic rotation do? Ooh, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Alright, so let me think once more. This needs to be animated on a trigger. So for now, I set it to animate on trigger, but it's still active. When I deselect, I don't know, but I'm setting it to animate on a trigger. So both of these I need to lock to the player. Here's the thing though, I could get away with these by using one trigger. Loop 47. For 7. Now I will have group 45, which I have set for animate, to activate on group 80. I also need the effect to stop when I we'll check we'll see about that just now. Something is not how it's supposed to be. Like it looks cool, but that's not how it's supposed to work. Something is off. Now as a game, these are only supposed to animate on trigger. So why are they still active? Special. I also need them to be behind the player. I'm gonna put them on B1. I don't know what that means. Something is very weird that is happening here. The particles are not showing up. Oh good, now I have them here, but now they're just not animating. Far 5. I have far 5 set to animate um when uh when yeah, here. Group 18. Ha! Oopsies. I need to stop forgetting how to forgetting to do that. Uh, one of these things is not like the other. Why did it do that? No, far 5. Yep, far 5. Group 18. Animate on trigger, and that only works when this event is. Okay, let's go back to here where something is. Why is it doing this? Okay, I don't like that it's doing that extra on an animate on trigger. Please stop switching back every time I save and exit the level. That would be very nice. Okay. It works. You have a void effect. No, there's also one thing I need to do because check what's gonna happen when this ends. Yep, it still remains active. So that I need to do. I need to this trigger, which I'm gonna assign to group 48, needs to be stopped. Uh, that is this is a problem. This is I don't like that. Why every time I save and exit the level, these keep these particles keep switching. Hmm. Quite frankly, it's annoying. And it doesn't work. That's the funniest part. It doesn't stop the trigger. No, it not actually that doesn't make sense because once I start the animation, oh, you know what's gonna be the easier way to do this? Since it always wants to be active, I'm going to toggle the animation. It's not the way I prefer to do it, but since it wants to behave like this, the best way is to toggle the animation. So that just means that for the 5 and for the 6 start toggled off. When event 8, when the event is activated for ship, it will toggle on for the 5. Uh, for the 5, it will be on, it will be active and can be multi-triggered. Group 18. When the robot or the end of the wisp is triggered, it will once again toggle off. Toggle off, group 4 to 5. Spawn triggered, multi-trigger. Let me just ensure that everything here is good. It looks fine. Let's hope it is. Everybody is off, but active. They toggle on. That's interesting. Because it takes a bit. What happens if I make the particles relative? Just as an experiment, now I can test with the different types of particles. What happens if I make them relative? How would that look? You kind of follow around me. Look, I kind of like it, but that's not how that's supposed to work. It's cool, but that's not how that's supposed to work. I need it to kind of stay okay. Let's see what free looks like. I think free might be that, but in a much more intense way. Nope, it just means that they can move all about. Okay, so let's go back to groups. Grouped was the correct way to go from the beginning. Okay. Grouped. Okay. Particle fade in and fade out. There's a fade in and fade out. The problem right now is it looks a bit uh quick start and quick end. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine, it's fine. It's a bit thing, but it's okay. This is okay. Okay, one thing that I find a bit distracting is the background effects. I'm just gonna have that permanently off. I think that's good. I think I made a good amount of progress there. What is left to do on the checklist? So I add the particles. The things that are left to do are add fans that only allow the ship, aka the void, to go through and it will kill you in any other form. Add blocks that are only affected by the void, and add void strength scale mechanics. The more objects you absorb, the stronger your void becomes, which in that's just gonna change to the second particle type, and it will allow you to move much larger objects. So that is going to require some masterful use of collision blocks. So I'm going to save that for tomorrow. But look at this, we made some even more progress. We're actually almost done with the core mechanic, which is once I add these three final things, fans, allow it to interact with fans, uh, add blocks that are affected by the void, and add void strength scaling. You can start building the actual layout, which is good. Huge. Hopefully that I finish all that tomorrow. But this is awesome. I'm still not sold on the hexagons, however. I might I might change that. But this is pretty cool. Take the particles obvious enough, and then it shows you that this could be activated. I think everything here is well telegraphed. I hope so, at least so far. Because I think I covered all the edge cases, right? It even stays consistent while you die within the void, so that's good. So it must make sense here, right? If you don't if you don't take the whisk, you can't activate this. It shows that you need this, but you can't activate it unless you collect the whisk, which updates your UI icon. It also respawns. It also doesn't spam because it only activates once it respawns itself. Took a bit to get right. Once you have a wisp and you enter close to one of these monitors, it will show you that you are capable of using the void wisp. So when you activate, you can use it. It lasts for 10 seconds. You also can't reactivate. I've thought of that as well. And once that is finished, you lose the power, you transform back. You still can't activate this unless you pick up another void wisp, which you can want activated here. So I think that the logic is pretty sound here in terms of how the triggers operate. Even if you die, the only thing I haven't checked, but I won't be designing my level around this. I won't make it so you can respawn in the middle of a void, but let's say you did respawn in the middle of a void, what would happen? Does anything break? Enter checkpoint, crash. So it respawns you in while you're in void, which is interesting, but it doesn't break. I'm not. Maybe this could be fine. Maybe this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. That's okay. So that doesn't break either. So I think everything here is okay. So I just need the other mechanics to be implemented. And then we have ourselves a gimmick for our level. That's when I need to start doing the rest for the rest of the wisps. This one is going to start getting tedious. I'm also going to need to have to find I'm going to need to find a another song to use. Another song to use because I still can't use Asteroid Coast. I'm just using it as a placeholder right now. I think 10 seconds is also a bit too long for Void. I think in the game it's actually a bit short, so I'm gonna do 8 seconds. So I need to find this. I don't think I trouble that. No, I don't. This time trigger, I change this to 8. And everything else should remain the same. Nothing else breaks, which is cool because that means I could just adjust the time on the fly if I feel like I need to adjust the time. Because now it only lasts for 8 seconds. Yep, we are cool. This is so good. My only issue right now is I don't know if anybody else is able to save their account, but dude, I am unable to save my account and it is annoying me because the amount of progress right now, I do not want to lose any of it, dude. Backup failed, please try again later. It does say that my save size is within the limit, so it's not that my save is too large to save. It's just that something is wrong with the server. I don't know what's going on with the server. I hope it gets fixed soon. So at least if anything happens, I have a starting point to go back with. Fortunately, I have a backup here just in case I accidentally delete this, but you know. Anyway, I think that's progress. I think I can also end stream. Another news, I think I got the boat. I think I got my first bonus for the new 2.2 stuff. Yep, bonus. Which is so I have 5 metal and 5 soul. So metal and soul are my lowest. Which is hilarious. Those my why do I have so many orc shards? Blood shards is second as well. Oh well.